Welcome back to Blind Entertainment, guys. Vision here, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going to be doing a comic book review of one of my favorite comics, Redneck by Donny Cates. Today I'll be doing a review of Redneck issue number 9. So if you like Redneck or you want to know my thoughts on it, hit the subscribe button down below and hit the bell icon. That way you won't be able to miss any more of my reviews on Redneck moving forward. Now let's begin. So we opened this issue right where issue 8 left off, with Father Landry holding Perry, who is unconscious, while Bartlett, Greg, and Seamus are on the ground being surrounded by Father Landry's followers, and they're kind of just panicking at this point because they realize that they're outnumbered, and they realize that what Father Landry has been up to all this time. Then we got Seamus and Greg yelling to Bartlett to help them and protect them pretty much. But Bartlett is like them, pretty much terrified and can't, in a state of shock, and can't believe what's actually happening with them and what Father Landry has done. He's just kind of like freaking out. And then you got Landry, who pretty much goes into this mantra pretty much about how his whole plan is pretty much to protect his new flock of followers that he pretty much created in the past couple issues, and he just wants to protect them and kind of bring like law and order to this kind of group of people that he's with, that he feels like they don't pretty much have law and order in the Bartlett's group, and that he's gonna bring law and order back to their group and kind of make it so that they have to follow a set of rules, kind of. And then we see not one, but a group of Landry's goons holding Uncle Bartlett down, and they're gonna remove his teeth so that way he can't fight back against Father Landry and his goons and pretty much stop him from moving forward of his plans, pretty much make him weaker than he already is. In the midst of this chaos, one of Father Landry's goons alerts everybody that the police are coming, so Father Landry yells to everybody to get everybody inside and to grab his Bible to kind of pose as they're having a Bible study and not make it look as suspicious as it might look given the circumstances. Then we come to Uncle Bartlett, who is coming to after having been knocked out, and he's trying to calm Perry, who is screaming in her telepathic way. And since they both share the same kind of powers, he's hearing her screams in his head, and he's trying to calm her down and trying to make her stop screaming in her head, and try to calm her down to get to a point where they can kind of maybe talk in with each other, I guess maybe telepathically, and maybe try to figure out what's going on and how to stop Father Landry. That's how I got this scene from. I think he's just trying to calm her down, maybe try to talk to Father Landry while he's preoccupied, and try to find out what happened with her and what's going on with Father Landry and his kind of overall plan. Meanwhile, back upstairs, the two cops arrive at the house, and they kind of are invited in by Father Landry. Now one cop decides to come in and join kind of the Bible study group, kind of ask more questions. However, one of the cops decides to stay back for some reason. I don't know, maybe he doesn't like Bible study, I don't know. But I think they could have, this is probably one con. I feel like they didn't do a good job explaining why the other cop why he decided to stay behind. My guess is he didn't want to do the whole Bible study thing. Maybe he's not religious or something, but I feel like they could have just explained this part a little bit better, instead of having him just be like, oh, I'll just wait in the car kind of thing. I just kind of feel like that's just kind of weak. But then we get the cop in the house, and he kind of begins asking Father Landry questions, and he shows him this picture of the missing boy and his family. And at that moment, the cop realizes that the boy and his family are there, and Father Landry's goons pretty much turn on him, I guess, and shoot him and kill him, which alerts the other police officer to what's going on, and he kind of hears it from his squad car and rushes to the house to see what happened. The cop runs to the house, and on his way sees this boy, and he's eating this cat, and he's kind of freaking out and yelling to the dispatcher to call for backup, and he's running to the house. He's pretty much freaked out at this moment. He has no idea what's going on. He's pretty much like Bartlett and the others were at the beginning, and he's just freaking out. He's just like pretty much in a state of panic at this moment of not knowing what's going on. He's pretty much freaking out. It's kind of funny when he's looking at the kid and he's like, they're eating cats. It's pretty funny, and he's just pretty much freaked out. He has no idea what's going on. It's pretty much, if this was any normal circumstances, I think anybody would act like him. And I like how we got that realism here, and it's just kind of funny his reaction, and just how the realism in this scene of him just panicking and freaking out. However, when he arrives at the door to the house, he is greeted by one of Father Landry's goons. Surprisingly enough, though, this goon pretty much does what he's supposed to and pretty much kills this cop, pretty much just to protect their secret. I'm surprised they didn't like turn these cops. I feel like that'd be a really smart idea, because you got these cops who have guns and stuff. I think that'd been a smart kind of like guards, kind of like their bodyguard kind of, and I think that'd been cool if to add in, like had the cops kind of be like their security group for Father Landry and his followers. I think that'd have been cool, but I kind of like what they did. But like I said, the cop arrives at the house, and Father Landry's goon opens the door and pretty much kills them instantly. But like I said, I kind of wish they had incorporated something where they didn't kill the cops, because I feel like I said, these cops have all these guns and weaponry. I feel like that could have been an interesting storyline where they have the cops as kind of like their bodyguard kind of thing for the group, and they kind of follow them around and protect Father Landry and his group. I think that would have been a smart thing to incorporate into the story. At this point in the story, the goon drags in the dead cop's body in and tells the brothers to eat. However, one of the brothers, I forget if it was Seamus or Greg, says that they don't eat animals, and that they don't eat people, and that they just eat animals, and it's one of JV's rules. However, at this moment, the goon reveals to Seamus and Greg that Father Landry killed JV. Then we go back downstairs with Father Landry, who's telling Bartlett his whole plan, and he explains that the reason Perry is pretty much screaming in her telepathic ways is because he gave her a tranquilizer dart mixed with some kind of sleeping medication. And he goes on to explain that he never intended to stay with the Bowmans, and he was only staying there because he wanted to pretty much learn the ways of the vampire lifestyle, and just to learn how to survive pretty much be as a vampire. And then he was planning on leaving to create his flock or live his flock, and he was pretty much just using the Bowmans for the information that they had. And that the night that JV found him was the night he pretty much planned on leaving the group, until JV found him, and then that's when he reveals to Bartlett that he killed JV. However, Bartlett just begins laughing at Landry and tells him that he's known JV a very long time, and that nothing can kill JV, and that no matter what he thinks he's done, JV is still alive somewhere out there, and he's going to return pretty much with vengeance and pretty much kill Landry for what he did. And that's pretty cool, because I think that I never really believed that JV was dead, and I feel like it was kind of like a fake out death in a way. I really don't like those kind of deaths, but I feel like that was kind of what happened, because I didn't really believe he and Phil both died. I think one of them died maybe, but not both of them, especially given the fact that in upcoming issues it's saying that someone's going to die at the end of this issue. So I think if they killed JV, Phil, and then another character, I think that's too much. But if they end up having JV being alive, that'd be pretty cool. So as Bartlett is telling Landry this, you see this character just like killing a whole bunch of people, just murdering them all. And at first I thought this was JV, but then at the very last page of the issue, it is revealed that it is in fact not JV, and that it's actually Evil who is returning to the Bowman's hideout, and he's the one that's actually killing all these people. Now my thinking is, in the next issue, we'll pick right back up where Evil is, and he will find probably JV partially alive or maybe somewhat alive, and the two of them he'll maybe help heal him up maybe, and then at the end of the issue maybe they return and pretty much fight and free Bartlett and the rest of the family from Landry, and pretty much drive them off. Maybe start with kind of like a war, maybe kind of thing at the house. I don't know, that's my predictions for the next issue. But I really like how they had that kind of fake out kind of thing in this issue. Even though I don't like fake outs, but I like how they had the whole Bartlett telling Landry that JV survived, and you think that silhouette of someone is JV, and then it's revealed that it's Evil. I kind of like that. Even though it's not JV, I kind of still like that they had it, that kind of fake out kind of thing. That's pretty cool and exciting. But I'm very excited to see where they go moving forward. I'm very interested in this issue, and I'm very excited to see what they do with the comic moving forward. But But I really like this issue overall, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do moving forward. Alright guys, those are my thoughts on Redneck issue number 9. Again, if you like Redneck or like any other comic content that I put out on this channel, hit the subscribe button down below and hit the bell icon. That way you won't be able to miss any more comic content I might put out there. I do a lot of different comic book reviews. I do reviews on The Walking Dead, Rose, Kill or Be Killed, many different comic series. So if you're into comics and you want to know my thoughts, you want to see my reviews, hit the subscribe button down below and hit the bell icon. That way you won't be able to miss any more of my comic content I might put out there. Also, I'm on Twitter now as Blind ENT, short for Entertainment TV, on Twitter, so go follow me there if you want. This has been Vision with Blind Entertainment, and I will see you next time.